guys, Skinny Pigs 1 here. So it is cage cleaning night and I thought I would film it. You guys wouldn't believe how many cage cleanings I try to film and then I just end up not using them because I find I don't really have much to say sometimes, and I'll watch the footage back while I'm gonna edit and there's so much silence that I think it's really awkward. So I know people have said before they don't care if I talk, but you have to let me know if that's for real, because I will do more. I'm just a person who, I find it hard to find things to talk about, I guess, if that makes sense. I'm a pretty quiet person that I don't really talk a lot about myself. So I mean, like, yeah, I have stuff to talk about when it's about the piggies, but I'm definitely, unless I know somebody really well, I can be quite quiet and find it hard to figure out what I should talk about. You know when you're like standing with somebody who you kind of know but not really well? I'm one of those people that'll stand there thinking in my head like, okay, what should I ask them? Or what would a normal person talk about? I find it really hard, and I always envy people who have no problem with small talk, or who just fill in the gaps talking about, oh, last night I did this or that. Like, that's not what I'm like. I can be quite quiet. So sometimes, even when I'm cleaning the cage for the pigs, I'm more inside my head than talking out loud. So anyway, I'm going to try to do more cage cleanings. I always get asked for these probably the most, but I do find them the most challenging to make because it's about, you know, an hour and a half of footage, and I feel like I should be saying stuff the whole time to keep people interested. And I don't always know what to say. So I'm filming this on June 8th. And I've mentioned a lot of times before, I pre-film. Whenever I can make a video, I make a video, and then I just schedule it on YouTube to come out on Sunday or Thursday. And then if I have a bunch of videos, then I'll put out some extras on other days. So if you hit the notification bell, you'll never miss one of those extra videos. So yes, this is coming out on June 8th. I'm not sure when you guys are going to be seeing it. Tomorrow is the expo here in Ontario in Niagara. So I went to the one that was in Mississauga, and I will be going to this Niagara one as well. That has something to do with our surprise, partly. And I was hoping that I was going to meet up with Sherwood Small Pets this time, like I did last time. But she actually has a new puppy, so if you go over to her channel, it's Sherwood Small Pets, Stephanie. She has a brand new little puppy, so she will be at the expo on the Saturday, which I can't do, and then I'll be on the Sunday. So I'm going to miss her. So then that brings me to my weirdness about talking to people. All I think about, and all I'll think about until I get there, is what do I talk to people about? What if I don't know what to say? I guess you could say I have some social anxieties. Sometimes I let them hold me back, and other times I just tell myself, even if I feel like I don't want to go somewhere, I should go. And generally speaking, when I do make myself go, I'll have a good time, or it won't be as bad as I thought it was going to be. I just always get nervous thinking that people have an expectation of what you're going to be like, or what you should be like, what you should say, and then if they meet you and they're like, wow, that person's really awkward, or that person's really weird. That's what I worry about, that people will be like, yikes. But anyway, so it'll be fun going to the expo. The last expo I went to, I went on a day where I didn't get to see the small pet village. So I will be there this time seeing the small pet village, which is going to be really exciting. It's going to be literally like every single small pet you could imagine happening there. Okay, so these guys have a little bit of poop on their feet, so I'm going to set them in the little tub there that I have. Bullseye and Angus have been doing really well over here. They were quite rowdy the first day. Bullseye was very territorial about the new space, but I have plexiglass all around it, and so far they've been pretty good. So it's probably like the first day was the worst. Up we go, buddy. There we go. You too, little stinker. And Bullseye's been really good too about not being too fussy about the guys over here. Sometimes he's standing here in the corner where there's a tiny gap and he'll sniff at Apple and Huckle. But since I have the plexiglass like going as close as I can, nothing can really happen and he'll just leave it be. Because it's been almost like well over a year since we've moved everybody down here. So maybe with him being a bit older, he's kind of given up on being too crazy, because before there was no way in heck we could have not had that solid wall up. Because I think I told you guys that all he would do is yell and yell and yell. Okay. Yeah. Just needed the poopsies off your feet, you two. There we go. Yeah, so as long as Bullseye's not stressed out and I don't have to have a solid wall, I don't want a solid wall. Because Apple and Huckle were very excited to see other pigs over there. So I liked it a lot better. Okay, little wiener, you can... I'll put you back up there first. Oh, Mommy has to put a liner up. Can't put you on nothing. And I also haven't been putting the plexiglass up that I had over top. This part over here is up a teeny bit higher than it was back over at their other spot of the cage. And so far Angus hasn't looked like he's going to think about jumping or anything. And it's so much nicer when you don't have to have the plexiglass there, because even my husband was saying it's so much nicer to be able to reach in and pet these guys whenever you feel like it. Before, not that it was much effort, but you had to like unhook all the things and stuff like that, and it was just a little bit annoying. Okay, buddy. Got pajama shorts on here. I usually clean my cages in PJs. Okay. So I'm just going to be putting some coconut oil on the bottoms of Bullseye's feet. Good boy. Okay. Angus has been keeping your eyes super tidy. Okay, there you go. I'll get this out of the way because I could see myself kicking this. And nobody wants to kick over poopy water. Okie dokie, boys. So I've been putting vet bed in. I forget if I've probably already mentioned this in one of my videos. But it never hurts to keep mentioning it because not everybody sees the same videos. So this is vet bed. Super squishy, doesn't absorb pee, it just passes through, so it still goes through to the bottom liner. But it's extra cushion for my senior Bullseye, and I like to put it in the section where their beds are. It's just nice to know that he has some extra support where he is sleeping. So if you want vet bed, the easiest thing to do is just put it into Google and see what stores pop up for you. There's one here in Canada, but for some reason I tried to make an order where I got my stuff years ago and never heard back from the person yet. So I'm not sure what's up with that. Because I was a little bit disappointed, unless they're on holidays and I don't know that. I don't know. Might have to end up sending another message just to check, because I always got my stuff from the same place. Because I would love to have like some more vet bed to do the changes more often. I ended up throwing out some of my old stuff, so we'll have to see. It's always harder to get stuff here in Canada versus the US, I think. Okay, so Bullseye, for his arthritis right now, I'm giving him some Medicam. I will be. Here, bud. Thank you. And a little bit of Tramadol. So we are going to be going to the vet to get him assessed and everything. I just have a lot of stuff on hand and have dealt with arthritis before, so we have a few things that we can use in the meantime. So the other thing I've been doing is giving out some extra vitamin C. There's a piece right on top. Hey, bud. Are you ignoring me? What about you, little bud? There you go. Thank you. Okay, so next we'll be doing Apple and Huckle's cage. So they've been doing really well over on this side. I actually think they like having company better than just having the whole open cage with themselves. They seem even more relaxed with pigs next door. I think I answered it in a comment, not a video, but when I had it all opened up, they were using about a 5x3. This 2x3 section over here, they were not touching. For whatever reason, they just preferred to stay down in that part of the cage. So that kind of made my decision of moving Bullseye and Angus over here easier, because I already knew that those guys kind of seemed to like that side anyway, better than using the entire cage. Okay, so I'm just gonna go get some fleece options for these little noodles. So for Apple, I'm still doing where I tidy up her bum every cage clean. Well, actually every night. I'm gonna add a little coconut oil in tonight for her. So generally speaking, she kind of gets annoyed with me when I have to check her bum. But we have to do it anyway, don't we, Apple? Hey, cuties. Hi, Huckster. Oh, I'm just gonna throw this out. I'm gonna get new toys. Zoey and Lilo's toy box will be at the expo, so I can pick up some toys there. Or I'll just order some later. She also does fleece items, in case anybody was wondering. She makes really nice cage liners. So I know when you're in Canada, it's really tough to just purchase fleece items within Canada. So the two shops where I purchased from that are located in Canada are Zoey and Lilo's Toy Box and BudgetBunny. BudgetBunny has a Facebook page where you can make custom orders, and then she has her Etsy that you can buy her pre-mades from, and she also has some chew toys and stuff up on there. And then Zoey and Lilo's Toy Box is a website. Otherwise, the other main place that I buy from the States is the Hedgie Chin Small Pet Workshop. The link is always down in the description box below. But there are so many sites that you guys can always check out on Etsy. Lots of different people. Okay guys, keep over. That is a liner. I know it probably looks close to the Coroplast color. I swear, it's a liner. Anybody else's pigs like not go on the Coroplast? Because it's always kind of funny. Okay, I just gotta wash my hands so I can wipe Apple's hiney. Okay. She's already chattering because she knows what I'm about to do. You can't say that pigs are not smart. She is not a pig that ever chatters except when she knows I'm going to be bugging her. Hi, baby girl. Hello. Don't mind my nicks on my legs if you can see them. I was out biking and I have lots of allergies, and in my elbows here I have really bad like allergy eczema from like hitting plants, and same with on my legs. So now if I'm bike riding on a path, I'm going to be wearing long sleeve pants and a long sleeve shirt. So I'm going to try tidying her with a little coconut oil and the water. Okay, so I definitely loved how the coconut oil, you can see it's a little bit yellowish. It took off the pee stains much better than just water. So I think we're going to stick with that. There, you're such a good girl. I really should probably have long sleeves on right now and long pants because I'm allergic to pigs and hay. I guess I'm not being very smart, am I? Okay, good girl. You got a tidy bum. Mommy never learns that she's allergic to pigs. Your girlfriend's back. There you go. Good girl. You couldn't ask for a sweeter pig to have to do stuff with. She's so patient. So here's something crazy that I noticed the other day. It looks like somebody, I don't know who, chewed the wall. I can't tell if it was from these guys who are chewers. Like they like to chew the coroplast sometimes. But luckily it's just that one spot. But like, who the heck thought that was a good idea? So I don't really like that they did that. I hope nobody else does that again. If I notice any other spots, I'll put plexiglass back there, but like, seriously, that's so weird. Hi. You're not coming over here, so don't even think about it. That's why his wood log is way far away from the wall. Because you better believe it, he'd be over there. You guys are gonna have hot cocoa and marshmallow cups, couches. Put your pellet dish back. Maybe we'll use the white side of this. We gotta sweep up the floor anyway, so let's make a bigger mess. Woo woo. Okay. So they've got lots of hay up there, but I give them a pile there too. There you go, pretty girl. You all nice and clean? Love you. Okay, so now it's going to be the quads cage next. So I just gotta go get their fleece. We're on to the quad cage. So this is the last cage clean that this is going to be set up like this. When I get home Sunday, I'll be changing the cage, opening it all up. And I need to do a major clean down here. It's kind of getting messy again. And then one day we'll be showing our surprise. You'll probably maybe be seeing the surprise before this video. Who knows? Who knows with me when my videos will be out? Hi, Littlefoot. What's up, dude? Hi, cutie. You're so handsome. Hi, bud. If only you liked to be pet. Hi, ladies. I'll be glad to get this cage bigger. It kind of seems like it gets messy a lot quicker than the other cages. I mean, there are 4 pigs in here. It's still a really big cage though for 4 pigs, but I still feel like it gets pretty messy quick. So having the entire wall be their cage and the surprises cage will be cool. I don't want to spoil the surprise, even though you're probably watching this video after you've seen what the surprise is. So maybe it's crazy that I'm saying a surprise. But you never know, so I don't want to spoil it. So if you're wondering what the surprise is I'm talking about, because you've already seen a surprise, just ignore me. Does that make sense? Probably not. Hi, baby Reese. What? You stay down there. Don't make me bring that plexiglass back. I don't want to have to. Don't you talk back. He's so yappy. Now imagine that in the morning times like 10 for volume. Or 1000. 1000? What? He is so loud. I thought maybe since he moved to a different part of the room that when I got up in the morning I wouldn't be able to hear him. Nope, I still can. He just thinks sometimes he can demand stuff when it's not food time. This section of the kitchen is closed. Go on back, sweetheart. Not sure why you don't want to be over on the stinky liner anyway. Hi, cuties. You guys make such a stinking mess. A lot of people were asking how I make sure that I don't clog the washer or like the lint trap in the dryer. What you see me here doing is all I do with the liners is sweep them off with my hand I don't find they have a ton of hair on them, to be honest. And most of the hair that I ever find is in the lint trap, which, I mean, that's to trap stuff anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. You could always like vacuum off your liners before you wash them. That way you wouldn't have as much debris on them. But I find doing it this way I get quite a bit off. It's kind of gross for your hand, but I wash my hands between cages usually, or for sure obviously when I'm finished. But I mean, it gets it pretty darn clean. But yeah, if you're worried, I would just vacuum them. I'd lay them down on the floor and run a vacuum over them. Like, I'm gonna go wash my hands now. Okay. So not gonna go too crazy with tidying up this because Sunday we will be wiping it down totally, cleaning it up. So I just gotta get some of this away. Really should buy another vacuum so that I can have one down here when I'm cleaning and just vacuum this up. Maybe one day. So these guys are on woodland fleece. We've got a bunch of different ones. Alright, you guys go over? Good girl. There you go. Follow the leader. I'll be so glad to get this middle barrier out. That was something that was like a nightmare to try to clean around. Because this was secured with zip ties, so I couldn't just pull it out if I ever wanted to. So it'll be really nice once the cage is changed to really clean down at that end. Okay, I will be right back. I'm back. We had a short intermission. I was just checking pecan, raisin, and Reese's bum. Just doing quick little wipe downs for each of those girls. I didn't think I really need to show that on film. They didn't want their private parts out in the open. I'm just kidding. You know, you've seen me do it with Apple, so it's all the same. Just wanted to be quick. So it's something I mentioned before in another video, but I take a warm cotton round, get it with warm water, and then just do where'd I put their beds? Oh. And then just do a really quick wipe down of their lady parts to make sure that they're nice and tidy. Sometimes they're super tidy, and then other times you are wiping a bit away of pee stains. So I really like to do it because who doesn't want a fresh bottom? And it's also a great way to be able to assess like how they look normal down there, so that if anything was off, you would catch it quickly. Can I put this here, Littles? Thanks. Hi, Bun Bun. Well, I get people asking, since I talk about cleaning the ladies, about whether I check the boys or not. One thing that I notice for the boys is you'll catch them cleaning themselves. So they clean their own penis. If they are elderly and can't reach because of arthritis, that would be something I definitely would check often to make sure that they're tidy. But I have caught the boys on many occasions keeping themselves tidy. Now for their bums, we don't use bedding here, like disposable bedding. So when they're opening up their bums and scent marking, dragging it all around, they keep their own bums clean. If you're using bedding, I could see stuff getting stuck in there because they're gonna scent mark across like shavings and paper bedding. So then you certainly can clean it on an as needed basis if it looks like it's full of junk. I don't ever really have to. The last pig bum I had to clean was Kelvin. When we first got him, he came from being on a paper-based bedding and he had a whole glob stuck in his butt right when I first got him. And I was able to get that out and tidy for him. And the other pig I had to clean was Barnaby from being impacted when he was a senior. And all I did was hold his bum under warm water and then gently helped pass any poop out that needed help. But otherwise, I haven't had to touch any other boar bums because they help themselves. So I'm just gonna go get some more hay for these guys. So I usually do run one hay rack with orchard grass and then one hay rack with the Timothy. Yeah, you're waiting for the good stuff? Don't get hay bits in your eye. There we go. Oh, is it out on that side? Got it right on the... I can't see. Can you let me see? Okay. I hate when they get little flakes flying around. Sometimes Littlefoot will get little dry spots. I can see one right there. You can put coconut oil on that, that would work good. But generally speaking, they just come and go. You get some every once in a while. Okay, so we're all tidy. What I have to do is shake out the last bit of that and sweep up and fill up water bottles. Oh, hey, bud. Give you some more hay, bud. Okay, guys, so I will see you next time. Bye-bye.